Hello, this is Lenny, aka Meteorical Milton, back with another Fortnite Save the World video. In this video, we're going to talk about which traps you should upgrade first. So recently I've been getting a lot of people asking me questions in my stream about which traps they should level up first because there's so many traps in the game right now. I think I counted there was about 17 different traps. You have ceiling traps, you have damage traps, like ceiling drop traps, ceiling electric field, all these are damage traps. Then you have healing traps like the campfire, the healing pad, and then you have the patrol ward, which is a defensive trap, but it doesn't do any damage. It's trying to it keeps away patrols during defense phases. And everything else is basically either a offensive trap in terms of doing damage, or it's a trap that repels them, such as floor launchers, freeze traps, which slow them down, wall lights, which stun them. You got wall launchers, floor launchers, etc., etc. So with all these traps in the game, it might be hard for someone that's just starting out, or even someone who's been playing for a little bit, to decide which traps are the most important to level up first. And in my opinion, there's three that you really need to be able to build the basic trap tunnels that'll help you do any normal mission, as well as do any normal and all of your SSDs, especially if you like soloing them like I do. You need these three traps. The number one trap you definitely need is a gas trap. Now, I'm pretty sure if you get a gas trap as a reward during the quest line in Stonewood, I believe, at least that was the case when I played through the game two different times. If not, you'll very easily get one from like opening llamas or possibly as a mission reward. So definitely look out for the gas trap. The gas trap is, at this point, the most powerful trap in the game, especially if you have it perked properly. Now, when you're just starting out, you might just end up with a green one. What I ended up doing, this is my main account. This has all the traps legendaried out. Like I have everything. I have most of my traps at 130 or 106. I made a couple just for this video at 82. If you're just starting out, you might only have a green trap, right? I started off on my second account with a green gas trap, and when I bought rare flux from the store and leveled it up to blue or rare, and then I think I bought purple and leveled it up to purple, and then I might have actually gotten a legendary out of a llama, or I leveled it up. Either way, it doesn't really matter. As long as you have a green gas trap, you can destroy most of the husks in Stonewood, and probably Plankerton. Probably Stonewood. Stonewood definitely you want to have the uncommon, and then once you're at Plankerton, you want to make sure you have a rare, and then just start scaling it up from there. Ideally, you want to get a legendary gas trap as soon as possible. And as you can see on the right, perks I have, they all have physical damage, and then after that, there's many different roles for the perks. Right now, the most powerful setup is to have 1 damage, 1 crit damage, 1 crit rating, 1 reload, and then the effect duration. And what that does is it puts out the most average damage over time, and then the extra effect duration just has it tick a time or two extra. I can't remember exactly how many it is. But the powerful thing about the gas trap is it hits the husk hard for damage. So if we go over and look at it, your numbers are going to differ. So it says it does 4,864 damage. Yours are going to differ depending on your tech score, what level you are, and whatnot. But the main thing with this is it also ticks for affliction damage for 6 or 7 seconds after the husk hits it. So a husk is going to walk through. If it gets hit with a regular damage hit, it's going to take 4,864 damage. If it gets hit with a crit hit, it's going to take 13,863. But then each time, for the next 6 or 7 seconds, depending if you have the effect duration or not on there, it's going to get hit for a smaller amount, and it's the affliction damage, and that's based on your tech score. So the higher your tech score, the more damage it's going to do. And what will end up happening is, as you get level up, get your tech score up, you'll see that even if the husk doesn't die from the initial hit from the gas trap, it might take 2 or 3 steps later, it will actually die from the gas trap. So the husk will come in here, we get hit by a gas. Let's just place the gas traps in here. So we're going to put a gas trap there. So a husk would walk in, any husks on this tile are going to get hit, and the gas sits there and lingers for a few seconds. So anything that walks on the tile is going to get hit. But then for the next 5 or 6 seconds, or 6 or 7 seconds, excuse me, they're going to keep getting hit. So even if they make it all the way through here, by the time they get out here, they're probably going to die. The little skinny husks, the baby husks, lobbers, cowboys, and the pitchers will most likely, as long as your trap's appropriately leveled, and especially if it has the right perks, they'll probably die on this tile. The hussy husks, smashers, they might get past it. Some of the other, like the takers and the blasters, might get past it. But a lot of times they'll also die just from the affliction damage. So that's why the gas trap is 100% the number one trap you want to level up first. Now number 2, it could be a toss-up. It would either be the wooden floor spikes or the wall launcher. I'd say they probably 2 and 2A. I mean, either one, whatever one you get first, I will level up. You might actually start off with a wooden floor spike, I can't remember. And the floor spikes are the only trap in the game where the rarity of it doesn't really matter. I have mine at blue, or rare. The reason I have them at rare is you can level them up to 4-star, which means when I go to craft them, I don't have to go looking for lower level materials, because this uses peaky twine, which you get an excess amount of once you're in late canny and then twine peaks. Like, I end up just either giving away or destroying stacks of this stuff every week because you just get so much of it. If you don't have it, if you only have it leveled up to 3-star, you're gonna end up having to probably go back to either Plankerton or Canny to get the what is it, sturdy twine, and then so on and so forth. Early in the game, it doesn't really matter. Just level it up to where you're appropriate. And if you have the other big thing with this is you can see it only uses 1 duct tape. The epic and legendary use 2 duct tape. Probably not a big deal if you have excess amounts of it. Like, you can see right now I have 800, plus I have more, I think, in my storage. So it wouldn't be a big deal, but early on in the game, sometimes duct tape can be at a premium. So it's probably better in the long run just to use the rare, because you're not really looking for damage with the wooden floor spikes. I put mine at triple damage. It's going to do a little bit of damage. Like, as you can see, I didn't even get it up a blue rare perks. It doesn't really matter. The main thing with the floor spikes is you put the floor spike down, and what happens is no matter what color it is, what level it is, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to stagger the husks, and that's what this thing is doing. So when a husk walks over this, no matter which husk it is, it's going to slow down and take longer to get over this tile. Now, the other important thing you're going to notice is if you're building a normal trap tunnel, so let's say we'll just put another one out here, another one here. You want to alternate floor spikes, no floor spikes. So if this was a longer tunnel, you'd want one here, because by the time they cross they're still going to be staggered walking across this tile. By the time they are back to normal walking speed, they're going to get to the next tile. So putting wooden floor spikes on every single tile is actually just a waste of resources. It's completely unnecessary. If you want to put something on this tile here or this tile here, put a damage trap, like either retractable floor spikes or a flame grill. What else do we have? Or you could do, I guess you could do the freeze trap if you want to completely stop them. But if you're trying to do damage, you would just do the retractable floor spikes or the flame grill. The big thing is, the only thing you're worried about here is slowing them down. And what happens is when they come in here, if there's no wooden floor spikes, they're going to walk through here at normal speed. So they're going to get hit by that, but they're going to get through. They might get through much quicker. You put this wooden floor spike down, you're going to stagger them a little bit. So the bigger husks, the tankier husks that have more HP, that are harder to kill, having this little bit of slowdown here could be just what you need to have them die before they actually get out of this tile here. So what that does, that leads us up to the third trap you need, and that is the wall launcher. And like I said, if you get the wall launcher before you get the floor spikes, so be it. But you want to have both of these in addition to the gas trap. What the wall launcher does is it knocks the husk back. So you're going to place it right here. So what happens is the husk will walk through. They're going to stagger here because they're on the wooden floor spikes. They're going to slow down. They're going to get hit by the gas trap, and they're going to come here. And what this does is this hits them and knocks them back through. And if it's strong enough, it'll knock them all the way back through. So they have to repeat the process. And that's the main thing you're trying to do here. Most of the missions, your goal is to you don't actually have to kill the husks. Your goal is to just delay them from getting to your objective. Killing them is great. If you don't kill them, they won't respawn more of them. So if you just keep delaying them, they're not going to just suddenly, you're not going to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of husks spawning. If you just delay them, they won't actually die. So you could actually just put wall launchers up or floor launchers up and just keep throwing them back and not actually kill them. The only time you actually need to kill them is in some of the storm shield defenses or other special events where there's waves where it says you must kill X number. And then of course in like destroy the encampments where you're killing the husks, you have to kill them. But most of the missions you don't have to kill them. But in any case, putting this wall launcher here just gets them here and just sends them back through. And that's the main thing you want to do, is you just want to keep sending them back through so that you're reusing the same traps. And if they walk through here and get hit and come right back through, this gas trap's still going to be on and they're going to get hit by it again. So yeah, those are the 3 traps you want. And what I wanted to do here is I wanted to show like 2 different basic trap tunnel designs that you'll see often, kind of depending on where the objective is. So sometimes you can only build a straight trap tunnel, and that's why I built this. So what you see is you got 1 wooden floor spike, you got the gas trap, and you have the wall launcher. That's all. This will probably kill, especially if you're at the right level, or even if you're over level for the mission and your traps are leveled up properly. This will kill just about everything. It'll keep almost everything out. That's all you really need. You don't need to put put wall traps. You don't need to put another damage trap here. You usually don't need to put a second gas trap. It really depends on the mission. I mean, as you play, you'll learn whether or not what you need and what you don't need. And to me, it's better to use the fewest amount of resources possible. Obviously, when you're getting in tougher missions, you're doing the group or the 4x missions as they're called, there's going to be more hus. They might have modifiers. You might need to put wall dynamos or wall darts, or even sometimes you can put wall lights, whatever, over here. But for the most part, this is the basic trap tunnel. This is what you would use in a storm shield defense. Like, you can get through Stonewood and Plankerton most of the storm shield defenses by just building simple trap tunnels that either look like this, or the other version over here, like I said. We'll just put down, we're going to put the one floor spike here. We're going to put one wall launcher there, put another wall launcher there, and then we're going to put that extra, one gas trap here. And this same setup premise here, they're going to come through here, and they're going to walk in, and they're going to, if they get through, sometimes they can cut the corner. If not, they're going to get hit by the gas trap. They're going to come in here and they're going to get thrown back. If you notice they're cutting the corner, you can always throw up another. You could put the gas trap here, or you could put like a wall or something like right here, just to force them. So they're not just walking like just straight in. You don't want to put a wall here like this, or even like this, because what'll end up happening a lot of times is the hus will come in and they're gonna bounce off of this and just stay in here. So you don't want to do that. But it's the same premise. You're just trying to knock them back through. I have this here because that forces them to go to this tile here, and then they're gonna, or this part of the tile right here, and they're gonna definitely get hit by this as long as it's being triggered. So basic trap tunnels. You're gonna see this in all my storm shield defense videos. You're gonna see it in plenty of other Save the World YouTube videos, tutorials. If you watch people that have been playing the game for a decent amount of time, you're gonna see these same trap tunnels or modified versions of them, and you're gonna notice a very common trait is wooden floor spikes, gas traps, and wall launchers. And real quick, I can show you what the wall launchers I have. I have multiple wall launchers, but if you only have one wall launcher, the best setup you can have is 3 impact and knockback and 2 reload, and then have durability as the last perk. What that does is it allows it to reset faster. So as you can see, this one resets every 4.3 seconds. This one has none. This one has 1 reload. It's not perked up, but it's 6.2 seconds. The one that has none is 8 seconds. So if you have no reloads on it, it's going to take 8 seconds. You put 2 on there and get them all the way up to legendary, it gets it down to 4.3. Now, early in the game, just getting them to blue perks is perfectly fine, and it'll be just as effective. And honestly, when I played through the second time I played through, I believe my wall launcher was, I think I had a rare wall launcher. I don't even think I changed the perks on it. And it did the job, because the main thing you're looking for with the basic wall launcher is just knocking them back. That's all you're trying to do, knock them back. And if you can find a pit to knock them in, like let's say right here, let's say this tile right here, this was a pit. You put the wall launcher on this wall right here, and it just throws them down into this pit, and then they just despawn. I mean, that's what you're trying to do. You also want to use the terrain to your advantage, and wall launchers are great for that. So, just to recap real quick, best trap in the game right now, as of this video, which was the latest update is the 7.3 update, and this has been the case for as long as I can remember. The gas trap is definitely the best trap in the game. It just shreds everything. You're going to see people using it heavily in their storm shield defenses in every mission. And also, if you're watching anybody do special events like Frost Night right now is going on, the gas trap is the most important trap. And then after that, either the wooden floor spikes or the wall launcher. And you should be able to get all these traps relatively early in the game. It shouldn't. You really can get them all probably within the first couple days of playing the game. Especially if especially if you look in the weekly shop, because that's the other thing. The weekly shop almost always has at least one trap in it, and then sometimes the event store also has a trap in it. So like if you every week you should check the store every week when it resets to see if there's a trap in there you don't have. And that's the thing you can use your daily coins on, because right now a lot of people say they have daily coins. What are the daily coins good for? The daily coins are great for getting all of your traps. So every week there's going to be a legendary trap in there, and every event I think they put a different legendary trap in there. Sometimes they have multiple legendary traps in there, so you could end up getting all the legendary traps within a couple weeks of playing the game just by playing normal gameplay, and if you save those daily coins for buying the traps instead of buying the weapons that are in there. So yeah, that's that. If you want to see this put into actual gameplay, you can come check me out over at twitch.tv/MediocreMilton. I play Save the World on a regular basis, streaming it 4 to 5 days a week, play with viewers, help people out, teach people this kind of stuff. The main reason I did this video was because in the last couple days I had a lot of people coming in saying, hey, I have I have all these traps. Which traps should I level up, or which traps are important to get if I have a choice between getting them? Like sometimes in a llama, it'll say, would you like this trap or that trap? So depending on what your setup is right now, I mean, it's a big deal. Like get the gas trap, and then get your wooden floor spikes and the wall launcher, and after that, everything after that's just gravy. I mean, putting dynamos or wall darts or everything else like the floor launchers, they're all awesome traps. But the basic traps you need to level up first are these 3. So yeah, if you have any other questions like this, leave them down in the comments. You can certainly stop by the stream if you have any questions. If you have any other gameplay questions, just stop by. I answer anybody's questions anytime. More than happy to answer. It doesn't matter if you're the 20th person that's asked me. I will always answer the questions because we're always trying to help people become better players so we can grow the community, just have a better overall gameplay experience for everyone. And if you like this video, if it helped you out, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button. I do put out Save the World videos, and I'll probably be doing some other videos at some point, but mostly Save the World videos right now on a regular basis. I got some SSD videos, I do some how-to videos, some build videos. Anytime I find something new, like just new and interesting ways to build things or anything like that, I'll put a video out just so people can see what I'm learning, and I love to learn from other people too. So if you have a cool idea and I haven't covered it, or you don't think anybody's actually doing it, feel free to stop by the stream and say, hey, I came up with a cool way to do a trap tunnel, or I found out this little trick with these traps. Can I show you? And I'll be perfectly happy to. We'll try it out and we'll see if it works. And that's great. I mean, we can learn from each other. So once again, you can catch me over at twitch.tv/MediocreMilton on a regular basis, streaming Save the World. If you want to stop by. We can get you in some games. And if you like the video, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you in the next video. See ya.